Yo, I have to put my hold up for this. It's crazy, man. What happened to Solskjaer? What happened to Man United is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It's a quick video. I'm just going to say from, I think it's the title. It says from title contenders to title pretenders. It's funny enough because there's a lot of people that were saying before the start of the season that Man United actually didn't have a chance to win the league. I was one of the people that thought they had, though they had a lot of misbalance, they had the potential, especially Ronaldo coming in, Sancho, Varane, etc. And the fact they came second last season, they should be in the mix. I didn't think they'd win the league, but I 100% thought they should be in the mix. And what we've learned is, yeah, it's a shambles. But I believe the biggest problem with their team, more than anything else, is manager. Simple as that. I don't think it's not the fact that, yeah, they have some players that are average, but every team has average players. But what every team has, and I'm talking about the teams that are above them, is philosophy. And what we learned today is Ollie doesn't know too much about team shape. He doesn't know about tactical consistency. He doesn't know how to adapt himself to a game like this, especially when he has a player like Ronaldo in the team. And I keep seeing people saying, oh, Ronaldo don't press, Ronaldo don't chase the ball, Ronaldo don't do this. There's always going to be a player on a certain team that doesn't do certain things. But if a player is good enough, then you're going to accommodate for them. You know what I'm saying? Because it just doesn't make sense for you not to accommodate. People accommodate for Messi. People accommodate for help. People accommodate for all types of players where they don't fit into certain groups. I even remember when Sanchez was at Arsenal, one thing I realized that he done quite a lot, though he used to track back, he used to chase the ball, is that guy used to shoot from anywhere. Bow, bow, more shots than Top Boy. But the key is that because he added so much to the rest of the game, yeah, they allowed him, they accommodated for him taking shots. But they accommodated for him taking shots because they knew that what he added in terms of big goals, big moments, dribble skills, work rate, etc., was important. What Ronaldo adds, though he's not going to press the ball, is goals. And not just goals, big game moments, game-winning goals. So to say that you're not going to think because he doesn't press, you don't look for him to press. The players that need to press when they're on the pitch are the Greenwoods, the Rashford does press, the players that aren't as good as him aren't going to give you as much goal-winning moments. They need to accommodate for him because at the end of the day, he's going to win you the game. He's going to be the one that's under pressure in the last moment and not be nervous about missing a chance. He's the one that's going to score that header against Atalanta. He's the one that scores that goal against Newcastle. He's the one that's going to. So I don't blame Ronaldo. What I blame for this game is the fact that Ollie didn't change anything. What I blame is the fact that, yeah, some players, Maguire gone backwards, I think, from last season. Though I don't think he was great last season. I think 100% he's gone backwards. Luke Shaw's gone 10 times backwards. Luke Aldinho is definitely back to. He's Luke Chambers. He's literally Callum, but on the other side. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was awful. The fact that Varane's not playing and he suddenly just reverted back to, what I thought he was before. What I think going forward needs to happen, I personally think Conte should go to that team. And I think when you sign a player like Ronaldo, who's on the decline fast, was only there for 2 years, you're signing him to win the league. And to get a manager that's trying to win the league, it doesn't matter about how he leaves the club, what state the club's in afterwards. Man United will never they'll never go for a patch of, I'll never see them being like Inter Milan. Yeah. How Inter Milan were left when Mourinho left, or how AC Milan were for years until like recently when they come second. They've got too much money for that. How Arsenal were, obviously after Wenger's left and stuff like that. They're a team that's got too much money to revert all the way back to having to chase to come back in the top four, stuff like that. So long as they get in the right managers, they'll always be within top four and within title challenging the distance. So when you bring in Conte, what you bring is tactical integrity. You bring in a manager who's tried and tested. He's a Premier League winner, FA Cup winner, multiple Serie A winner with teams that weren't even favourites. Inter Milan became favourites because he came. He's also someone that can manage big stars. He's someone that can shore up the defence, someone that plays relatively decent football. You know what I'm saying? I personally believe that he was quite good when he was at Chelsea that first season, the football they played. And he'll relish the fact that arguably this Man United team is as good as the Chelsea team he took over. There's certain players that I think that he could possibly get the best out of. I think what's called, he'll improve everyone's work rate. He'll give everyone a job. He won't leave people. The thing with Solskjaer that I look at, and obviously I don't care Ollie in because I'm an Arsenal fan, is when I look at Solskjaer, I look at a guy that almost, it's hard to explain. He almost just freestyles and says to players like Pogba, you can kind of just do what you want. And players like Pogba, for me, when I watch him at France, he's a completely different player. It seems like he's got a job, he's got a role, he knows what he has to do, he knows the runs he has to make, he knows who goes where, who does what, he knows who to ping the ball to, he knows Kante's behind him, he's not worried about the rest of the team. With a manager like Conte, if you see him at his best, every man on the team has a different job and they all know what they're supposed to do. And as much as he argues with the board and, he doesn't get along and he cries about not getting certain players, he's a fantastic manager. And the fact that people just don't want him because they're scared of the whole Mourinho thing happening again is shocking to me. Man United are supposed to be a team that no matter what, their goal is to win the league. It's not to have the friendliest manager. It's not to have a good atmosphere. It's not to have whatever. It's only to win. And this whole good atmosphere thing is nonsense. When Ferguson was in charge of Man United, when they were losing, the atmosphere wasn't good. Man United's atmosphere was created by the fact that they won trophies. That's when you're supposed to have a good atmosphere. Until you're not winning trophies, especially the size of club Man United are, you're not supposed to have a good atmosphere. What are they supposed to be happy about? What, coming second, coming third, blind players like Ronaldo and giving Ronaldo maybe one of his first trophyless seasons in a long time. Actually, did he win anything with Juve last season? He came fourth. Yeah, maybe he didn't. But the point is, give him a trophyless season, which he hasn't had many of in the past. So it is baffling to me, and when I look at the team, they still need a DM. I think with Jaden again, I don't know. He was never a right winger. He was always his best on the left. He can play on the right, but he was always his best on the left. Greenwood, I like Greenwood in it, but I don't think he's a winger. You know what I'm saying? As much as he is, and someone's, Jamie. I don't know if it's Jamie Carragher on Sky Sports said something very interesting. He said a lot of these players, or Scholes, maybe it was Scholes, a lot of these players, they act on, Scholes said something, a lot of these players, they act like they've won things, but a lot of them haven't really won things. And when you go through most of the squad, the majority of them are not that accomplished. The players that are accomplished, Ronaldo who came in, Varane who's come in, obviously Matic who's already won multiple Premier Leagues, De Gea, but really, that's about it. The majority of them, they're not really winners, even though some of them act like they're not winners. They haven't won the major trophies. I mean, Rashford won Europa, so was Martial. Oh, Pogba, I forgot Pogba. But the majority of them, they're not really that much winners. So when I watch them with the bravado they have because they play for Man United, it's not warranted. A lot of these players need to earn it. Greenwood needs to earn it. Rashford needs to earn it. Martial needs to earn it. Wan-Bissaka needs to earn it. Luke Shaw definitely needs to earn it. Maguire needs to earn it. Lindelof needs to earn it. And when I look at this team, Fred needs to earn it. McTominay needs to earn it. When I look at this team, I think that the leaders need to step up and say, this is my team. The Pogbas need to step up and say it's my team. Same with Ronaldo, Varane when he obviously comes back, and De Gea. They're like the spine of the team now, And I do believe that those players, Bruno as well, I forgot about Bruno as well, those five guys are good enough to, drag this team into somewhat of a title contendership. But Ollie isn't. You know what I'm saying? The problem with Ollie is I look at Ollie and I think, let's take away Guardiola, Tuchel, and Klopp. Where does he rank among managers? I don't put him over Brendan. I don't put him over Nuno Santo. Okay, but I don't put him over a lot of managers in the league, essentially. And he's really shocked me today because it's one of the worst performances I've seen this season. And Norwich just lost yesterday 7-0. Arsenal lost to Man City 5-0. A lot of teams have got battered, but I just think that performance today was toothless. It was bad. It was away from home. They made Salah look even better than Salah already is. And really, it could have been 7 or 8. But guys, you let me know what you think about the game, whether Ollie should still keep his job. If it was up to me, and if I cared about Man United like that, I'd bring in Conte, try and salvage half the season and just go for it all next season, got all guns blazing until Ronaldo leaves. But if you think they should just try and stay the ship and allow Oli to come top 4, possibly top 6, maybe even top 3, yeah, let me know. Oh, make sure you like, share, subscribe. It does something for us, you know. And you already know it's King John's one half of to pull up. So how do you even stop this? End the stream. I'm out.